What's going on, everyone? It's Dan here, and today is that day. It is my 33rd birthday. Goodness me. Now, if you guys are familiar with the channel, since my birthday falls so early on in the new year, it allows me to do a couple of things. Number one, it allows me to reflect on my past year that I just had, as well as what I intend to do or how I intend to tackle this coming new year. Now, over the past few years, there's been a lot of changes and, things like that. But ultimately, the ultimate goal remains the same. These videos aren't about, getting, birthday wishes and all that sort of thing, even though I appreciate them, obviously. Thank you in advance. But I like to be able to show you guys where I plan on going and, things that have happened in the past year that I need to address or I feel like are important to talk about, because I say this quite often, how are you going to be able to move forward without addressing the past and, things you want to improve on or things that you are improved on. Last year's birthday, the same thing happened. Did we do what we sought out to do? Did we, make some changes? Did we encounter more struggles? That is really about what these are for, and obviously improving on me, growth. That's what it's all about. So obviously in 2023, I had a wide array of challenges. I feel like recently, especially, I finally opened up to you guys with my unfortunate obsession with being perfect, and this perfection that I constantly chase has, I guess, it's funny, it's a double-edged sword. It has improved, it's allowed me to tackle more projects. It allows me to, it's been helpful with content, but it's also kind of controlled me in a way where even if I'm not enjoying a game I'm playing, I have to push myself through and finish it. And it's just not something that I normally want to regulate, but it's something I've put upon myself, especially ever since I started streaming longer. It's like this new challenge in my brain. It's not even a challenge, it's like a new thing that I have to do. And I feel like in this past year, it's one of the things that, like I said, it's hindered me, but it's also helped me. So I really think taking that as a negative and going into 2024, is I really want to refine that. I'm not saying I want to just go back to making 2-hour streams and not, putting in any effort into my streams, things like that. I still want to give you guys 110. But I feel like right now, my biggest thing that I can improve is how can I move into this new year with that same mindset to complete and, put in as much effort as I can into a stream without letting it run me, to the point where I need to find the balance. And right now, I feel like it's over that line. So for the new year, I really want to try. I still believe I can still put out long streams, but I have to know when to stop and when to balance it. Case in point with Ready or Not, like that game was not meant to be played in 2 streams. I honestly probably could have split it into multiple, based on how it was, the frustration levels of it. I should have been smarter with that, but I stayed with it, and it became, at least part 2, became my longest stream ever at 11 hours and 37 minutes. So, I guess it kind of gives you the knowledge that you can actually stream longer than that. And every year, think about it. Speaking on that, honestly, almost a year ago, when we played Hi-Fi Rush, that was, at the time, my longest stream, and I had just cracked over 10 hours. I believe it was 10 hours, 11 minutes, and I was absolutely drained. So I was like, how do people do this every day? And then we're at the end of the year, and I did a near 12-hour stream, and it wasn't my first one either. I had another few 10 hours, I had an 11-hour, I had a lot of long streams. Yes, while tired, I was still able to do them, and I wasn't as drained as I was at the start of last year. So that's, I guess, an improvement. I guess it's good for my streaming stamina. It's good for, my conditioning. Things are improving in that. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want to be streaming and all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm streaming for like 15 hours for no reason. You know what I mean? I don't want to go that far. But knowing that I am improving in that regard, I guess, is a win in certain degrees. It lets you look at things in a certain way. So, but I do believe that those really, 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 really long streams like that, they're too long. There is a point where you got to cut it off. So that's something I'm definitely going to try and do. But obviously, 2023, it had its array of challenges. I ended up doing things that I've never done before. We played a lot more games that I wouldn't have played. We also I also ended up getting a side hustle, a new job on the side. And I haven't had like a job like that in ages, but it was the first job that I had where I was able to take my skill set from YouTube and apply it. That's literally why I got that job, was because of my experience in YouTube, streaming, social media, all of that stuff that I learned, you know, over time. I didn't go to school for. I just kind of used it and did it and developed it on my own and turned it into another career is pretty cool. So, I mean, seeing things like that is like, you know what I mean? There's ups and there's downs. Like there's positives and negatives to this grind that you're on, you know, as a streamer. So being able to have some form of work outside of YouTube and like, you know, actually have in-person, you know, communication and in-person experiences just in the workplace is something that I didn't realize that I needed, you know what I mean? And obviously I wish I could meet every one of you guys in person, but we have that digital wall that separates us. And unfortunately it's a lot harder to put like a face to name. You know, there's a slight disconnect, and that's something I wish we all had. We were able to actually, you know, have that person. Like we have a fantastic relationship, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can be a little crazy at times, you know what I mean? But you guys are always in my corner, and I feel like I've got to know you guys even more in this past year. Like every year I stream more and more, I get to, you know, get a bit more time with every one of you, and you get new people who jump in, you learn more about people, and you meet new people, and even if it's digitally, and it's just really cool to see like how people from around the world have all these similar interests, and they're very similar but different at the same time, and it's cool to be able to experience that. So that's the upside to having that digital wall, is like we wouldn't have been able to have someone from, you know, the UK or someone from Brazil or something like that, and be able to communicate in basically real time with each other, and you know, while we're enjoying games and things like all shared hobbies. But it's different to see how they, you know, someone else from out, you know, across the pond or whatever the case would be, reacts to things or has jokes about, or just their personality in general. Things are very different from where we're from, and it's really cool to experience that. So being able to stream more and longer and things like that gives us that side too. So like I said, I'm not all doom and gloom. I know there's some really, really good things, but there's also some things that need working on. But 2024, I'm very excited for. I feel like right now, the year is what I make it. And I'm in a position where there's going to be a lot of changes for me. I definitely want to try and improve mentally. I think mentally is the most important thing you can do, being, you know, mentally well, so you can actually give everyone 110, and you know, you don't lay out these issues on your friends and family, because that tends to happen like more than anybody would probably like to admit. I'm sure we all have a similar experience with that. But number one, I want to improve mentally just for everybody. You guys, my future wife, my kid, you know, that's like the number one priority for me right now. Speaking on that, obviously, that's another major milestone coming in just a little over 8 months away, is I will be getting married this year. So that is crazy, you know, but it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been with Mel for over 5 years now, and I just, you know, I love the hell out of her, and I can't wait to start that side of things. And, you know, like I feel like we've known each other forever now, and we've experienced a lot in this, you know, 5-year time. But I feel like that's just another thing to add to our relationship list of things that we can be proud of. So I'm very excited for that. Also, it is, you know, a lot of stuff goes into a wedding. Mel's kicking ass at it. I'm just kind of there trying my best to support. You know how it is. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. I hope, you know, things go well with that, and I'm very excited to see where our future holds. So 2024, going to be interesting, you know, but as another thing, as we get a year older, it's like I am creeping away from those 20s. Like those 20s are starting to be like, man, you missed your exit like I don't know how many minutes ago. Like you were supposed to get off. It's done. You're committed. You're in the fast lane now, bro. So pretty soon though, the longer you're in the fast lane, you're gonna end up getting over into that slow lane, you know. Move a lot slower as time goes on. But honestly, I will say, as I've gotten into my 30s, more and more, there are things that I've become more self-aware of, and I wouldn't be able to reflect on things like this. You know, if you go back, I did a look. I've been doing these dedicated videos like this since I turned 22. So it's been 11 years of making this type of specific video. I mentioned that I had a birthday and like channel updates prior to that, but where I've actually done a Dan Turns video, it's been since 2013. So it's pretty crazy that we're 11 years later, and if you go back to that day, if you go back to that video and see the differences, even if you go by 5 years or like 3 years of pop, you'll see the changes, and that is what these have turned into. It might have started off with a bit of, I don't know, hey, look at me, like you are in your 20s, but at the same time, it's like, this is actually an important way and a thing I can actually discuss some things with you guys and share what my mindset's like going into the year, what I thought of the year that I had, and what I plan on doing and what's coming up. And you know, I'm always trying to look up and forward because things, but at the same time without ignoring the things back there, because those things shape your decisions, they shape your mindset. And I've actually had some people ask me in interviews before, I've been on a couple of smaller podcasts, and people have said, would you change anything that you've done in your YouTube career or anything in your past that would have altered your YouTube career? And I say no, because without those experiences, I don't think you could have become the person you are. If you ended up getting rid of those experiences, you would have just made newer and, you know, bigger choices that might have hurt you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn from mistakes and you develop as a person. If you don't make any of those early mistakes, how are you going to get better and grow from that? So I do not regret those. As in, if you think back on stuff and you might get embarrassed, you cringe a little bit, but at the same time, you look at it and you're like, well, I can look at the finished product, or at least the work in, you're never really a finished product, are we? But at least look and see, oh, well, I've improved on that, I've improved on that. But you can at least say, this is what I need to improve on. That, I think, is the biggest thing, being more self-aware as you get older, appreciating different things. You know, when you're in your 20s, things are way different. And I never really knew what to expect until you actually experience it. But trust me, while your knees start cracking a lot more and your back starts, you know, aching just for literally sleeping at night, like if you take a little kneel just to go pick up something off the ground and you shatter your back, or you break a leg doing it, or you have those shotgun knees. Anybody else have those shotgun knees? At least, you know, you've got, this is what advances. You know what I mean? This is what improves. The body shuts down. This is what keeps you rolling. So anyway, thank you, everybody. I've managed to make it 33 years, and I've had an absolute blast on YouTube so far. Obviously, a lot of stresses have occurred over the years as well, but I've got more clarity now, and I've got a huge support structure in this online community. Even when I'm at my worst, you guys are still giving me your best, which is more than I think I deserve, but I do appreciate it. Like, I feel like I can be myself with you guys, even at the negative. You know what I mean? Even in the downward views, and it doesn't look so good, I'm embarrassed to look at that. I can at least feel comfortable around you guys to give you my authentic self 100% of the time. And that's what I'm saying. That's the beauty of it, is I can be full. Like, when you see me, guys, you know I'm giving my honest opinions. I'm never fake about it. I will wear my emotions on my sleeve with happiness, sadness, anger, the whole lot. So that's the beauty of it, and I just feel that that security and comfort with you guys. So it's cool to chat about it and actually let you guys know where my headspace is at and what I plan on doing in this coming year. So 2024, we got some good games coming up too. Don't forget, that is kind of the sole purpose of this channel, and you know, there's a lot of anticipation, but I'm looking forward to a lot more of the announcements as well. Obviously, there's going to be some hiccups this year, but we keep coming back, and I'm still able to make these videos every year. So I'd say that's a step in the right direction. But 2024, for me, I think I said this last year as well, is working on that mental mindset, because I know I had some periods where I was not in a good way, you know, in 2023. So same with 2022. But there are also a bunch of, you know, leaps and bounds that we've had that I can say, I'm proud of that, I'm proud of that. So 2024, I aim to, well, you'll never be able to get rid of those negative moments. You can definitely lessen them, and that is definitely what I'm going to keep striving to each year, is to increase the positive thoughts, emotions, moments, things like that, and reduce the negative ones, as few of them as possible, and just be content in myself. That is the goal, because I do put a lot of pressure on myself, so I'm going to try and work on not doing that. So thank you guys again for helping make 2023 a fantastic year. Overall, I can look back on it and say we had some great times. 33, here we go. I'm almost in my mid-30s. Jesus, man. Just wait till I make a 40. Do you think I'll be around making Dan Turns 40? I didn't think I'd be doing a Dan Turns 30, so here we go. But anyway, here we sit. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate all of you very, very much. Thank you for watching in the past year. And thank you for continuing to support me every day. We get older, but we get wiser, and we get better, right? So thank you guys again. I appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. Comment your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe as well with those post notifications. Turn those bad boys on so you don't miss anything that I put out in this channel. Be sure to like, follow my socials, Facebook, X, Instagram, Snapchat, and Discord, all linked in the description below. If you want to get a shirt or hoodie, there's a link in the description. Also an embedded feature right in the description as well, so you can see a little preview of some of the items that I have there, but ultimately use the link. It'll show you the full catalog of products that I do have available to you. Big shout out to all the sponsors, of course, DXRacer, Bones Coffee, The Ridge Wallet, Matter Rabbit Tattoo, and Jinx Custom Controllers. I use their products every single day. You can check them out for yourselves. The link's in the description. Be sure to use my promo code DANQ8000 to save at checkout. Finally, guys, be sure to check out and sign up for the Team 8000 membership program. If you haven't done so already, it does support the page immensely. There's 4 tiers with a wide variety of perks. You're gonna get things like custom patches by your name, custom emojis used in chat, exclusive video and stream access, priority in open lobbies, giveaways, discounts, and plenty more. We're looking towards getting hopefully a much bigger milestone here in this coming year. I'd love to see where we go with it. So I hope you guys check that out. I appreciate it. Get yourself, whether you just want to support the channel or get some cool perks for signing up, whatever the case is, I appreciate it. If you want to join that, there's a link in the description. There's a join button right below this video, and there's also one on my main channel page in the membership tab. So be sure to check that out. Thank you guys in advance. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I cannot wait to see what 2024 has in store for us. I had to kind of mentally edit that. I almost said 2023, but 2024 has in store for us. I cannot wait to see. Hopefully we have a lot of great moments this year. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Catch you next time. Peace.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble wild and wild on these violent and hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that stylist style. Damn, goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving fire back. If they ain't vibing, lie with that. Got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators. Night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters, move like trash to bed. Intruder, got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is not still, you damn fools? Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that damn kill. Yeah, it was never ever a game. I'm out.
To give you my 100% authentic, goodness,